Welcome to my first thrifting books video. I am so excited. I've been so into reading lately. Today I'm going to Goodwill. I'm actually parked right in front right now, and I'm excited to just look through all the books. And I don't know, I've never been to this Goodwill before, so I'm gonna hope that they have a lot of stuff there, and I'm just stoked. I'm so excited. You don't know. I started reading last year, like towards the end of the year, and this year I've already read 6 books. I went to this indie bookstore a few weeks ago and picked up 4 thriller books. I finished 3 of them. I got 1 more, so I'm so excited to be getting more books. Ooh, I love reading. Reading is amazing. Some things I'm looking out for, maybe some cookbooks, because I really like cooking and I want to try some new recipes. That would be fun. Also books that are films, because I like to read the book first and then watch the film, and it's just fun. I actually read Wild and I watched the movie recently and read the book The Woman in the Window, and I'm planning on watching the movie with my boyfriend Zach. But I gotta say, I'm a wimp when it comes to scary things. Like, I cannot do it. I just cry, die inside. I hide my eyes, but at the same time I still want to know what's happening. I don't know, it's weird. So recently I've been really into thriller suspense books, so maybe I can gently put my foot in the door of scary movies. Like, maybe I won't be as scared, but I'm not sure. Let's go get some books. This seems like a good book. I found so many books. I'm so excited. Hello! It's actually 2 days later. Yesterday, I decided that I wanted to redo this part of my haul, so here I am. I got so many books, 13, and they're all right here in a pile. I was genuinely so happy book thrifting in Goodwill. It was so much fun. I don't even know how long I was there for, like 2-3 hours, but I literally looked through almost every single book. There was one section that I didn't even look at because by that time I already had 13. I was like, I need to calm down. That's a lot of books. So let's get into the haul. Alright, so the first book is, in no particular order, And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. A group of people are invited to an island by a mysterious host. One by one, the guests are killed and they wonder who will be next. So I really enjoy Reckless Girls, and I read that this book is very similar to it, and some say this is like a classic for crime novels, so that is why I absolutely had to get this book. The next one is Dead Until Dark by Charlaine Harris. Summary is, Sookie Stackhouse begins a romantic entanglement with her vampire neighbor and is faced with a series of murders in town. This has a 3.96 rating. I've never watched True Blood. This is based on the show True Blood on HBO, but I do like the Twilight series, the books, not the movies. So I thought I might just grab this. But then I looked it up and I didn't realize that there are 13 books in this series, and I kind of made me not want to read this. I will be honest. So I might save this for another day. The next book is called The Perfect Father by John Glatt. The true story of Chris Watts, his all-American family, and a shocking murder. It's about the true story of Chris Watts and the shocking murder of his wife and 2 daughters, and it has a 3.89 rating. This book interested me because I like true crime shows, even though it freaks me out and gives me anxiety. Knowing that this is a true story fascinates me, so that's why I had to pick it up. This next book that I got from Goodwill is not a novel. It is called Mr. Boston Official Bartender's Guide. It is a go-to manual for bartenders that includes bar basics, recipes, and techniques. It has a 4.32 rating. This book doesn't really have a lot of reviews. I mean, it's a recipe book. And I actually picked this up because I was drawn to it, the color, the look of it. And then when I read the title, I had to get it because my boyfriend loves to try new drinks, and I thought he would really enjoy making himself some drinks, so that's why I got it. It has so many recipes. So many recipes and pictures. yeah, I'm very excited about this buy for him. The next book is The Museum of Desire by Jonathan Kellerman, and it's about Alex and Milo, who were involved in a murder investigation of 3 passengers and the driver of a limousine at an abandoned mansion. Goodreads gave it a 3.95. This seemed like it would be an interesting crime book. I didn't know this is the 35th book in a series, and some people said that it's okay to read this like out of order, but that's a lot of books. Honestly, this kind of freaked me out. I feel like it'll be kind of scary because, I mean, in the back of it, it says, as Alex and Milo make their way through blind alleys and mazes baited with misdirection, they encounter a crime so vicious that it stretches the definitions of evil. Spooky stuff. We'll see if it really freaks me out. The next book is called Sleep No More by Greg Iles. John Waters finds the lives of his wife and child in jeopardy when the soul of a lover he had 20 years ago appears in the body of a female stranger. This has a 3.76 rating. I read the title Sleep No More and immediately thought, but I love sleep, which I thought was kind of funny. Honestly, I chose it because I saw Stephen King's name on it and I was intrigued, you know? If he liked it, maybe I will too. But hopefully, after I read it, I will be able to sleep. The next book is called The Shack by William P. Young. It is about Mackenzie Allen Phillips' youngest daughter, who is found murdered in an abandoned shack. 4 years later, he returns to the scene of the crime due to a note apparently from God, and it has a 3.79 rating. So I feel like this is actually kind of familiar. Maybe I have read this before, I don't know. But on the back it says, in a world where religion seems to grow increasingly irrelevant, the shack wrestles with the timeless question, where is God in a world so filled with unspeakable pain? The answers Matt gets will astound you and perhaps transform you as much as it did him. And that was kind of enticing. It made me want to read it because it had to do with religion and I think it would be interesting. This next book is called The Girl Who Played with Fire by Stieg Larsson. Michael decides to run a story that will expose an extensive sex trafficking operation. 2 reporters responsible for the article are murdered, and the fingerprints on the murder weapon belong to his friend, the troubled genius hacker Lisbeth. This got a 4.24 rating on Goodreads. I saw this book on the Goodreads app, I think, when I was scrolling through thriller mystery books, wanting to add them to my to-read list, and this one popped up. Little did I know that this is the second book, and the first one is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which I haven't read. So next time I go to Goodwill, I will have to try and find that book first, and then I'll be able to read this one. Next up, we've got Split Second by Catherine Coulter. FBI agents Savage and Sherlock try to bring down a serial killer, and they discover that the killer has blood ties to Ted Bundy. Savage and Sherlock are joined by agents Carlisle and McKnight, and the chase is on. At the same time, Agent Carlisle learns from her dying father that her grandfather was murdered by her grandmother. She moves into her grandmother's mansion and finds the truth, but also faces a new mystery that has been passed down from mother to daughter for generations. This has a 4.17 rating. This book was interesting to me because it has a side story that doesn't have to do, well, I don't know if it has to do with the main problem in the book, but I love a good side story because it makes it more action-packed, so I feel like this will be very interesting to read. We got If I Stay by Gail Foreman. 17-year-old Mia only remembers what happens after the car accident, watching her own damaged body being taken from the wreck. She struggles to figure out what she has lost, what she has left, and the very difficult choice she must make. And it's got a 3.93 rating. I picked up this book because I knew this was a movie, and I love reading books and then watching the movie afterwards because I just like to look at the difference and just see how it was directed. That is, I guess, the only reason why I got this book. So I'm excited to see if I like it. Next up, we have Room by Emma Donoghue. To 5-year-old Jack, Room is the entire world, but to Ma, it's the prison where old Nick was held captive for 7 years. She devises a bold escape plan, but she doesn't realize just how unprepared she is for the plan to actually work. It's got a 4.06 rating. So I think I saw this movie in film class, and I really enjoyed it. It was very sad, but I liked it a lot. So when I saw this book at Goodwill, I had to get it because I'm really interested to see what the novel is like if I like the movie so much. I don't remember if the movie is from the son's perspective, but I'm interested to see how the author tells the story in his perspective. We got 2 more books to go. We got Blood Memory by Greg Iles. Forensic expert Kat Ferry returns home to Natchez, Mississippi to regroup after blacking out over a victim's mutilated corpse of a crime scene. When some of Kat's forensic chemicals are spilled in her childhood bedroom, 2 bloody footprints are revealed, which sets her on a journey that could tie her father's murder to the grisly deaths occurring in New Orleans in the present. This is a 4.13 rating. Wow, this book has the longest summary I've ever read. So that makes me think that it's going to be very action-packed and it's going to have a lot of stuff going on. I feel like I will gasp out loud a lot, which I have done while reading. So that's why I wanted to get it. Also realized that Sleep No More is also by Greg Iles, but that book was written before this one. So I'm interested to see if I do enjoy his books. The last book is The Murder House by James Patterson and David Ellis. The Murder House, which is a gorgeous multi-million-dollar beachfront estate in the Hamptons, hides a horrific past of being the scene of a series of killings that were unsolved. Detective Jenna Murphy tries to escape her troubled past and rehabilitate a career on the rocks, but going back to the Hamptons where she once considered herself a local. A Hollywood power broker and his mistress are found dead in the abandoned murder house, and Jenna realizes that the mansion's history is even darker than she could have imagined. It is a 4.06 rating. The title seems kind of corny, but when I read the summary, I wanted to know what was going to happen. It seems like there's going to be a lot of twists in this book, and we love a good twist, don't we? These are the 13 books that I got from Goodwill. Please let me know in the comments below which ones you have read and enjoy, without any spoilers please, and what books you will be considering reading after this haul. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!